Hello again. I was not expecting to make another video this soon, but eh, got bored. Uh, the new Warhammer 2026 preview came out, which is one of the main reasons I'm making this video right now. I will talk about some of the releases with that. Not all of them, because not all of them I am very well versed in, nor am very interested in either. 40K. I like 40K. As you saw probably in the other video, Reavers. I've got the box of them, so I'm more into that. We'll talk about the box, which also has more 40K stuff in it some other time. But I want to start off with Space Marines because that is the first thing on the Warhammer website. I love them. I'm an Ultramarines player. You can see it on my profile picture. The banner, I believe, is Gilliman's data sheet. I could be wrong. I might have switched that out. But I like the new models. I know these aren't really newer. Well, these are newer for Ultramarines, but like I know I'm late on this, but also I started my channel a couple days ago, so I just want to catch up on some things. First, in front and center, which I mean, I think Marnius probably should have been up front because this is like the bigger, more imposing model. I like Marnius's model. I think it has more dynamic element to it, even if that is because of the rock. Um, the old model for Marnius was fine, but I don't really have an opinion on that. Kato, I don't have an opinion on either because the old model for it was all right. I I think this model is fine. I would have preferred a helmeted version. You can probably kit bash that, but I'm not going to do that. I would prefer it to be like the Victrix Honor Guard, which glad they can be their own unit now. Speaking of the Honor Guard, their data sheet that was quite unbalanced, I would say, and I'm glad they nerfed it, even if it's just from 4 wounds down to 3 wounds. But in that nerf, GW also managed to buff them again by making their points cost lower. I'm just gonna call that a win for me because like as much as I love winning, even though, it's like it feels a little too easy at times. And I don't mean to toot my own horn because like I haven't even really played a full official game of 40K. It's just it does come down to being a numbers game aside from the dice being the deciding factor. That's about enough of this though. Um in my local game shop, I did see Farinarios on the shelf, which I haven't been able to find a data sheet for him yet, so I have not bought the model. I might if I can, but also I'd probably have to buy a unit to go with him, which not really in the mood for right now. Over here we have the heads. I know about the problem with the heads. We're not going to go over that in this video. What I did not know, though, were there are 2 Terminator heads in this, which are kind of neat, I guess. Uh, so I might grab one time just because, it's neat. Also, new Nightbringer model sold out already. Understandable. They've also got these two here, which I don't really understand why. I think you should probably have like Necrosaur Mentar here. I don't even know if that's technically out yet, but considering the new model for the Void, yeah, for the Nightbringer is not the Void Dragon. It would be neat if the Void Dragon got a remodel though, even though it's already a pretty good model as is. Though out of the 3 of these, I saw that Illuminor Zeras hasn't been bought out, which I really like Illuminor Zeras. Like for the model composition, I've got a buddy of mine who plays Necrons. He's just getting into that a little bit. I love the big staff. I think the hand with like the little power bit coming out, that's really neat. Plus the one like the eye. Well, let me zoom in for that. You can see the eye on there. I really like the one eye models, kind of like the Chronomancer as well. But there's the back in stock section. Canuck Var, which I believe that is only the second official Iron Hands model that they have, which, alright, while on this topic, I want to talk about the preview, because at the very end it did showcase a little bit of a teaser for a Iron Warriors unit, which I want to get out of the way. I think Iron Warriors are neat, even though I'm a Loyalist player, but I don't believe it's going to be Perturabo like some people have thought it's going to be. I think the way GW is probably going to handle this is they're maybe going to give us like an elite infantry Iron Hands unit. Either that or it's going to be like a different way to build a Demon Prince. Which, don't get me wrong, that would still be pretty neat, but I just don't see it being Perturabo, even though that would be like an easy slam dunk for them. But uh that was, well, we're still on the topic of Marines. Let's go over to Captain Titus. I really wanted to buy this box, but I just cannot bring myself to do it, considering everything here is just horrendously overpowered, and I don't see any future where it doesn't end up getting nerfed into the ground. Considering it, Titus himself has his own detachment now, just to basically give him -1 to wound. I don't see why really we needed that. 90 points for a single model who has 2 Mastercraft anti-infantry 2, which, considering most, no, not most, pretty much every army is going to have some infantry in it, with 8 attacks, 2 up. And like, I get it's a Mastercraft, it's supposed to be good. But considering this guy, when you buy the box, you don't just buy Titus on himself. You buy the box with like the 6 other people that make up a mass of like 20 wounds. That's not including the Feel No Pain 5 up, which is bad. That's bad. We didn't need Feel No Pain, because I can't remember who the other one is, but it's the Blade Guard guy. He has the shield. We don't need Feel No Pain. Press attack as well, giving sustained, which will basically just make the chain sword even worse to go up against. This little bit right here, though, everyone has talked about. I don't feel like I need to go over it again. If you want to know, you can go watch some other bigger YouTubers look over of it. I think that is bad. That is just really, really bad. I think if they're going to keep Honor of Ultramar, oh my god, that's just how much I'm getting worked up over this. Honor of Ultramar, I believe it should not be a 2-up. It should be like a 4-up at the bare minimum. And even when you get that 4-up, it should not be D3. It should just be 1 wound. Because that should be like a coming back from the brink. That not regaining half of his total wounds. Because he has 6 with a 3-up save. So you're making about 50 of those if you're having no AP. With 4-up, you're getting maybe like 40-ish% of those, which is still pretty good. But I'm not going to go on about that anymore. We're going to talk about the preview. The preview had a lot of Red Corsairs stuff, which I'm going to start with Prince Uriel. I don't really know how to pronounce it. I like the model, though. I really love like the half mechanical face it has. I also like the helmet it comes with, which I don't think it... Oh, it does show that on here. That right there, plus the double banners. I mean, you're probably not going to have the exact same pattern on the banners with these, but I just really like how that looks. The Sky Reavers. I understand the need for aerial units, but when they have like the little spindly things on the back with like the little knobs on the end, it feels a little goofy. But I mean, like, it's 40k. You're gonna have some goofy stuff. I'm just not a really big fan of the Sky Reavers. Karseth, I love that though. Like the little bug eye helmet and like the big, imposing, powerful staff. I like that. The cape is really good as well. The Viper and Starfang, I don't really care. It's just another Eldari aircraft. It has like the flat wings. It's got a couple guns. It's got the little guys inside. And it's like there's the Viper. This is the Viper, and it has the guns facing forward. You have the Starfang. It's the guns facing backwards, and it's a different kind of like style. It only has a singular cockpit. I don't mind it. It's just not really my kind of vehicle, I'd say. I mean, I'm a Space Marines player. That's not my kind of vehicle, period. But I can understand why some other people would like that. I just don't really feel it. Um, the Raiders, I think the Raiders are a decent unit because like they have good um choices, weapon options. So like you got the short guns, you got the blades, but you also have like the guy that has like the bigger blaster right here and here. You also got the helmet and unhelmeted, so that looks pretty neat. I don't really mind it. I think it'll be a nice addition. The thing I really am into though is the Red Corsairs and like Huron Blackheart's little gang of people they got. I think this is also going to be a nightmare for balancing, considering this kind of like build where it has the main guy and it has, oh, my finger's unfocusing the camera, it has the main guy and it has all the other little like guys that go along with him. It's bringing back Titus Box vibes. I don't know if they've learned their lesson, but considering it's not Ultramarines, I have a feeling they're not going to make it incredibly overpowered. But you've got Huron, which wonderful. Like we already saw this even before the preview. It was on like YouTube, a post or something. The rest of these are new though. I really like the Apothecary. I feel like Chaos Marines really need a better Apothecary, and this is what it needs. Like this is what you think of when you think of Chaos Apothecary, because you've kind of got like the regular Apothecary Biologus, little like mechanical things hanging off the back, but you also got like the Doc Ock hand here. You got like the little saw on the underhand and the claws. And instead of like standing on like the chest where the regular one does, this guy's kind of like pressing down on the shoulder in a more intimidating style on the other Red Corsair. You've got the Executioner. I think it's this one I like the idea of. It's got like all the skulls and stuff and the skull mask. I do think it's basically just a Master of Executions reskin though. To each their own. You've got the Psyker, which I think is great. It's got like the Chaos Staff. It's got like the good robes. It's even got like the little spiky helmet bit, which I mean, that's just kind of, it's unique. I don't think I've seen like a lot of that in 40K. Then you have a human on here, like just a regular human, which I think is a good addition. Like the command barge. I don't think this is going to be a very tough model. It'll probably get like command points from this or something, or you'll get like basically an equivalent to like a Codex Doctrine. And then you have, I forget what this is called, but it's like the hound person with the dog. This is supposed to be like a hunter kind of unit, which I feel like could be good against kind of like elite infantry, which I mean, yeah. This is the big thing though. This right here, they have an entire box set that's coming out with them, which I don't think is bad. Before we talk about the box set, I'm going to talk about the Reeve Captain. I think having a Chaos Captain is nice. It's just like it feels a little like the unhelmeted version. It feels a little generic, and like I feel like the color scheme, like this one down here where my mouse is at, I like this one better because it's got like the power maul. That's really unique. That's neat. Plus, also, it has like the big arch on the back. That's wonderful. I don't remember what these are called. Oh, I'm going to talk about the upgrades. I don't like the upgrades for one reason. Um, Not only do like a couple of the heads feel a little goofy because like that one's got its mouth in kind of like a little funny position. That one's hair feels like it's a little wacky, but I mean that's fine, I guess. And like I get doing half helmet, but I feel like with the firstborn grill, like the mouth grill, it just feels a little off. The transfer sheets, though, considering if you're getting the upgrade kit, you're already going to have like the little fist on the pauldron, so all the fists on the transfer sheet aren't really going to do much unless you're planning on putting them on just regular Chaos Marines, which you don't need to, by the way, which I'm going to talk about these, because these guys, these are what you're getting in the box set, which they are Red Corsair exclusive Marines, and you get Cultists as well. I didn't realize that. But, um, these as well, I think you get in the box set, which yeah, because as you can see, all of them have it on the side. Ooh, I actually didn't realize this one had like the flat plate. That's I'm not a fan of it, but it's unique. I'll give them that. Because like the Chaos Marines have like a lot of different variety to them. They even have like the little beak mask. And this one I think is really neat. The one like throwing the grenade, the smoke grenade. That's pretty good. Um, that is really all I have to show, but I do want to talk about one more thing. I am not really a fan of Age of Sigmar. I haven't really gotten into it, even though I like fantasy stuff. It's just like I'm already putting money down on 40K. I can't do another one. But the Bone Reapers on the new preview, I really liked those because I wasn't aware of those before. I think they're really neat. Like the Bone Archers and the guy on the chariot, and like their kind of skeleton lieutenant. I think that's neat. If you're into Age of Sigmar, I would probably recommend looking at those, even though probably most of you watching this have already seen the preview. I was just taken aback by it because I was just finishing up some of my work. I look on YouTube, and the first thing on there I see is the preview, and I was like, oh, I was not expecting to see that today, or right here, right now. So it's kind of like an emergency video, but that'll be all for today. I'm still Crux Terminus. I'm losing my voice, and I will see you next time.